This is Great Parenting Bundle, 2-in-1 bundle, Unbreakable Child and Positive Child Guidance, written by Madeline Winslow and T.M. Paisley, read by Luke Jeffrey. This is Unbreakable Child, the ultimate guide on how to raise successful children. Learn the best practices and useful tips on how to empower, encourage, and strengthen your child. Written by Madeline Winslow, read by Luke Jeffrey. Introduction. It is quite simple to be able to provide for the basic necessities of a child such as food, clothing, shelter, and others. However, when it comes to providing the nurturing element in a child's life, a little more thought and energy needs to be exercised. There are some general guidelines that can and should be followed to ensure the emotional health development of a child. Chapter 1. The Basics on Nurturing Your Child. Synopsis. Being aware of the capabilities of each stage in a child's growing life is important. This is to ensure that no unnecessary expectations or demands are made on the child. The basics. Allowing and encouraging a child to express his or her feelings freely is one way of teaching a child how to cope with difficulties. The teachings and guidance extended should be done in a positive manner to ensure the element of violence is not part of the expression process. Making an effort to respect the child and the expressed feelings of the child is paramount in building a strong relationship where the child feels confident in broaching any problem or situation. Establishing an open communication style is beneficial to both parties. This style allows the child to be confident in the listening capacity of the parent without being judgmental or unduly harsh. Encouraging the child to be open and adventurous will help the child to build their own individual confidence and personal discipline levels. They will then be able to have the independence and self-worth that comes from being able to cope when exposed to different things. Above all, a child must be confident in a parent's love and acceptance. With all the other negative elements in the world today, being able to count on a parent's unconditional love is extremely important. If this element is present in the relationship, most children can cope better in life. Chapter 2. Build your child's self-esteem. Synopsis. Building self-esteem in a child will be the creating factor in the makings of a healthy adult both in mind and body. The foundation of having confidence and the rounded well-being factor will definitely carry through to adulthood and the success is expected. Self-worth. Encouraging a child to positively develop their own individual self-image is very important. Though it starts as a small and insignificantly thought-of process, the building of self-image is actually very impactful in the way a child views themselves. These views will undoubtedly be transferred into adulthood, so the implications are far and wide. Teaching a child to have a strong positive self-image will also help to keep the child from having future behavioral problems. These problems normally stem from the feelings of looking for acceptance, which if not found within the family unit, will then be sought outside. During the young stages of a child's life, being available for the child as much as possible is also another way to build self-esteem. However, being around does not necessarily mean pandering to the every whim and fancy of the child. It is more to build a level of bonding within the family unit, so that the desired closeness will be instrumental in growing the love and confidence element in the child. Interacting and being genuinely interested in the child's activities and accomplishments is also highly recommended. Sometimes it may require a certain percentage of feigning interest, but it's well worth exercising the effort to encourage the feeling of self-worth in a child. Explaining gently or correcting a child gently keeps a child from becoming overly fearful, yet still being able to understand the reason for the correction, and also being able to acknowledge the mistake. This in turn helps a child to always be able to move on and improve themselves even after a mistake has happened. Chapter 3. Catch the good and not always the bad. Synopsis. Human nature is such that most people only acknowledge the negative in anything. Being able to focus on the good can be a challenge, but it is not impossible. Training the mind from an early age would be a benefit to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?